We've had a couple of comments from people saying that you don't drink enough in these videos anymore.
All right, well, we're going to fix that today. I've Irished up my coffee, or Italianed it up, should I say, with this lovely amaretto. So there we go. That's actually really nice. Gazelles are one of the most graceful creatures on Earth, capable of running almost as fast as a car and leaping nearly a dozen feet into the air. There are few animals on Earth that could ever hope to catch a gazelle running at full speed, which is presumably why sometimes gazelles are observed in the wild seemingly rubbing their gazelle penises in the face of predators when they don't feel threatened. But first, a disclaimer. What I'm about to discuss is one of many theories surrounding peculiar behaviour observed in more spindly-legged creatures known as stotting.
So what is stotting?
In its most basic sense, it's a behaviour affected by a lot of quadrupeds that involves leaping several feet into the air with their legs splayed out at an awkward, stiff angle, and no one's really quite sure why quadrupeds do this, and while a lot of them do it, it's most commonly observed in gazelles, also known as the gazelles of the quadruped world. Speaking of leaping several feet into the air, just as a brief tangent, when you were at school, Brad, did anyone ever try and trick you by saying it's impossible to leap into the air and fart at the same time?
No, Karl, no one ever said that to me.
Okay, for anyone watching at home, don't do this. Because at my school, that was a thing for a while. Where, oh, do you know it's impossible to jump really high and fart at the same time? Because, for some reason, I don't know why, it almost makes you shit yourself. I don't know, maybe someone can explain the cause why it's the case, but it really fucking hurts. So don't try it, and I know by saying that, someone's going to try it and tear their own arsehole out. You were warned, don't do it. But I was just curious, that was the thing that went around at your school too.
Is there a scientific basis for not being able to pass wind whilst in the air?
I don't know.
Is it the movement of the muscles?
I think it's just something to do with tensing all your muscles at once, but it really, really hurts your arsehole. One kid at our school, who wasn't me, shit himself when he did it. So I thought I'd bring it up because, the image of people leaping into the air with their legs splayed out at an awkward angle. Because that's basically what people do. They just go, what? Fart, and then obviously because they feel the poop come out, what's the first thing you try and do? Close your legs and then land stiff legs and go, don't try that at home. Actually, you know what? Fuck it, try it at home. Film it, put it on YouTube, you might get 1 million hits.
Put a link in the comments, we'll definitely watch it.
Yeah, do it, awesome, why fuck not? Stotting is one of the more unusual behaviours affected by gazelles because as far as experts in gazelle locomotion can tell, it offers no tactical advantage whatsoever.
Yeah, after having a look at the clips, it does look like it's making itself much easier for predators to catch it.
And that's what confuses a lot of experts because as far as anyone can tell, it offers no evolutionary advantage, and it's one of the few times ever an animal has ever been observed in the wild willingly making itself easier to spot or catch. So that's led to a rather awesome theory that I'd like to discuss now, that gazelles and other creatures who affect this behaviour do it specifically because they know it makes them easy to catch, just to dissuade predators. Specifically, experts posit that gazelles will leap several feet into the air while splaying their legs out at an awkward angle to show off how fit and healthy they are and send a message to any predators that may be lurking nearby that chasing them will be a fruitless endeavour.
It's jumping with a purpose. It signals a warning to the others and confuses attackers.
I mean, to be honest, I probably would be dissuaded from chasing it if I could see that it could do some sick-ass jumps.
Yeah, that's the idea behind it. It's it offers no advantage that we can see, save for showing off how fit and healthy the gazelle is. And the theory is that the gazelle does it for this reason, and that, say, a leopard or a lion or a similar type predator observing this behaviour, well, I'm not going to chase that gazelle. Why would I waste my energy chasing a gazelle that wastes energy leaping a dozen feet into the air and doing backflips and stuff? Now, this is going to sound ridiculous to you, Brad, and to people watching at home, but please bear with me. But this gazelle behaviour reminds me a lot of Russian Spetsnaz training. You're probably thinking, how? Well, Russian Spetsnaz train their soldiers specifically to perform manoeuvres that would otherwise be inefficient in combat just to demoralise an opponent. You'll probably have to find it, and you put the picture behind me of the famous image of a Russian Spetsnaz soldier throwing a hatchet in mid-air. when they're halfway through a backflip. And that's a real thing they teach actual Spetsnaz soldiers to do. And the idea is that if you walk into combat and the first thing the opposing soldier does is do a backflip while throwing a hatchet at your face, you'll be utterly demoralized and so surprised you'll just give up. And that's what Gazelles are basically doing. They're using Spetsnaz techniques to scare those lions away. It's a lot like that scene in Jackie Chan Drunken Master 2. Again, bear with me for a moment here. Right at the end of that movie, there's a scene where Jackie Chan's character gets really, really drunk, because obviously he's the drunken master. And the idea is that it deadens your body to pain, and therefore means you can do moves that you wouldn't be able to do when you're sober. And the lead bad guy's looking at drunk Jackie Chan thinking, well, why would I be scared of this guy? So what Jackie Chan does is he just punches apart all of these boxers for no reason while screaming. And the bad guy's like, oh, fuck. And that's the same idea basically behind why the Gazelles theorise to do this, where they're deliberately doing something that weakens or makes them more vulnerable to show they just do not give the slightest whiff of a fuck. So yeah, Gazelles are like a cross between Jackie Chan in Drunken Master 2 and Russian Spetsnaz soldiers.
You know when it doesn't work?
What?
When Harrison Ford's got a gun.
If anyone doesn't know that scene, the famous Indiana Jones scene where he just shoots the fucking guy who poses with the sword, and it was because Harrison Ford had diarrhea. I'm not sure if anyone knew that. Basically, Harrison Ford had really bad diarrhea that day, and he said, I don't want to do the long-winded sword versus whip fight scene that we've got lined up. Can I just shoot the bad guy? And they thought it was funnier, so they did it. So my theory is that Harrison Ford, the reason he had diarrhea is he was trying to jump up and fart at the same time. Yes, it all links in together! The theory continues that any predators in the immediate vicinity of the gazelle will be immediately dissuaded from chasing the creature, because how on earth are you supposed to catch a creature that moves by channeling the Power Rangers? Brad, you get to pick the clips that go in these videos, so what clip are you thinking of putting in just then when I mentioned that Gazelles move by channeling the Power Rangers?
Probably some completely unnecessary backflip movement.
Oh, you mean like the one from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, where he travels via unnecessary backflip? You know what? I probably would pick that one as well, but for my own amusement when I'm watching this back later, can you please just put in a clip from that same movie where Billy is helping, I think, Kimberly up, and instead of just offering her his hand, he does a full 360 while posing.
You okay?
These guys are tough.
Let's finish these purple parasites.
You said.
It'll never beat, though, Tommy's, triple kick.
The spinning
The
kick
spinning...
that defies all gravity, logic,
Because he
and
goes
physics.
around.
He goes downwards and across.
He, while falling, he somehow achieves forward momentum.
Eight ball, corner pocket.
You know what? Gazelles are like the Power Rangers, because they can somehow... Have you seen how quick Gazelles can turn? Gazelles are they defy physics. Gazelles are like Tommy from the Power Rangers, where he just defies all logical physics by moving in midair. Because they can turn a full 180 in a quarter of a second. I'm not making this up. You'll be able to find clips of Gazelles, and that's why I think 80% of all cheetah hunts end in failure, because cheetahs, one of the fastest animals on earth, are just so shit at catching gazelles, because gazelles are so good at turning. And it's a lot like Need for Speed. Yeah, that's right, I'm going to compare Gazelles to cars from Need for Speed as well, where in that game, unless you're on a straight, top speed doesn't really matter. What matters is handling and acceleration. I don't think any creature on the African savannah can really compete with a gazelle for that.
It would have been a less interesting game if they'd called it Need for Handling and Acceleration.
No need for drifting. Do you think gazelles can drift? Go type in, you know what, fuck it, put this clip in as well. Type in Indian action movie, horse drift or power slide, and it's a clip from a crappy Indian action movie where there's a scene on a motorbike, you've seen it countless times, where he slides a motorbike underneath a barrier or a truck. He does it on a horse.
Oh.
But the horse is so obviously a big plastic fake horse, and its legs, like a gazelle, remain completely stiff as he just slides under it. This video is going places. This is magical. I'm enjoying this. I hope you are too. Let us know if we should drink more in the comments.
Karl, what's the video supposed to be about?
Gazelles.
Do you want to actually talk about gazelles?
We should probably talk about gazelles, shouldn't we? Okay, let's talk about some gazelles. Although, as mentioned, there are multiple theories about why exactly gazelles affect this behaviour, the idea that they do it to demoralise predators is believed to be one of the more stronger explanations.
So why is this?
It's because gazelles have been observed doing this in the wild while being chased by predators. So gazelles have literally been observed leaping several feet into the air and striking a kick-ass pose while being chased by like a lion or 18 leopards. And in most of those situations, the gazelle gets away.
Is that because the gazelle managed to outrun the predator?
Nope. In most observed situations, because the predator just gives up upon seeing the gazelle do this.
They are flaunting themselves in view of the dogs to say, I'm healthy and alert, and you have no chance of catching me.
Do you know any of the other theories out of interest?
No. Why would I care? Why would I give a fuck? Brad, I do a lot of research for these articles, but when one leading theory is gazelles intentionally style on lions, and then the other one is, oh, we think it might have something to do with them like trying to attract a mate. Now, fuck that. I don't care about a gazelle trying to get his dick wet. What I do care about is a theory that says that gazelles will strike Ginyu Force poses in midair to demoralise lions into stop chasing them. That's the shit I care about. That's the quality content the audience expects. Fucking get on it, mate. To summarise this glorious mess of a video, sometimes in the wild, gazelles will leap so high and so fabulously into the air that predators will simply give up chasing them because they can't be arsed dealing with that shit. Isn't nature awesome? I mentioned it before, Brad, but when I drink in these videos, fucking magic happens.
There's a reason why I don't give you drink on every video, though.
Is that why you hide it when I come home? You hide all the booze to stop me drinking it?
You know how awkward it is to edit these? You just go off on completely random... There's probably some that I haven't put in.
We've been filming for 45 minutes. It's going to be a 10-minute long video about a gazelle. We had like a 10-minute long tangent where I talked about moose breaking the sound barrier. That's not going to make it in because it had nothing to do with the video.
You know what, I'm going to put a 10-second clip of it in so people know we're being serious.
So people know, people think, oh, he's making up. No, we did have like an entire 10-minute long tangent of me talking about a moose breaking the sound barrier, but we decided like, wait a minute, what were we talking about again? Oh shit, gazelles. Oh my God, have you ever seen moose just running? Like trains. Like no one can stop a moose. Like, because they weigh like 1,000 pounds and they can run at like 80 miles an hour. I'm probably making that up. Actually, no, they can break the sound barrier. Moose, they weigh 80,000 pounds and can run at the speed of light. Oh God, I've mentioned before we should probably drink more, but I feel like it's more special when people don't know if they click on a video whether or not it's going to be one of those.
It's like a mystery box,
It is. It's like, people can click on a video and they'll see like they don't know if in this video shit's just going to get wild.
Well, it's the same with the effects in it as well. Like, you never know which videos are going to have dodgy backgrounds.
Yeah, you don't know which videos where like, oh, is he going to fuck with the green screen in this one? So we don't put thumbnails, do we? No. Like, we could, if we wanted to, put those really shitty clickbaity thumbnails of me wearing like a crazy green screen t-shirt and like pulling a mad face, but we don't. It's way funnier. I like the mystery, man. I appreciate it. I think people appreciate it more when they don't know what they're getting.
What's your personal favourite wild tangent, do you reckon?
I don't know, it's probably one of the ones that I've never made it in because it was just too raw. There's a couple that we're probably never going to upload because like the shit we say will probably get us banned. So we look forward to never seeing any of them.
There's a lot of comments in reference to other YouTubers that never go in.
Oh yeah, because like, we're not big enough yet. We need to be big enough where we can like get away with it. There's also like tangents that we film that we just can't be asked editing because they're too much work. The Simpsons one springs to mind.
Yeah, people keep asking for it in the comments and I still haven't got around to finishing it.
We had a half an hour long tangent about The Simpsons where we revealed that basically I have, for some reason, an eidetic memory when it comes to Simpsons quotes.
You know there's going to be increased demand now for me to get that done.
Look at bollocks. It's like Half-Life 3. Every time you ask for it, it gets delayed by another month. They get a green morph suit as well. It's already in my cart on Amazon. Yeah. But I keep saying, like, whenever I see that comment, I just delay it. It's like, no, I'm not going to order it yet. Woo! 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 Oh, Nelly.
The funniest bit of this is that we have one more video to do now.
Yes, we do. So keep an eye out for the next video and see if you can still tell that I'm a little bit tipsy. Let's go.